Let's go. Good morning, my friends. It's your old pal PeaceLoveMusic with another episode of the Let's Go Stacks Good Morning Show, brought to you live by DeOrganized Media in partnership with our good friends over at BitcoinLive, Decentralized Broadcasting. It is Thursday morning, the 23rd of January. Awesome stuff happening in our space. Looks like the market's getting a little bit of a retest, and we'll talk about the numbers in a minute. Friendly reminder, this is a news show. We are not providing financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research and never invest money you cannot afford to lose. That being said, Looks like Bitcoin's retesting back towards 100K. Coming in at 101,595 as of about 15 minutes ago. I'm not sure where it is right now. Stacks retesting back on the local low at coming in at $1.37. Still holding on to the number 55 place by market cap on CoinMarketCap. Fair and Greed Index dropped, still in the greed range, dropped from 66 yesterday to 60 today. So a little bit of fear in the market, maybe a little bit of a slowdown after all of the push through the weekend into the inauguration. Top three gainers on CoinMarketCap for the past 24 hours are KCS, KuCoin, I think that is, KuCoin Exchange Coin, XDC Coin, and Gate token from the Gate.io exchange. And the Stacks ecosystem, Stacks DeFi ecosystem doing really well. Hermetica yield, the yield on USDH for Hermetica is actually up to 65%. Jacob just announced a huge influx of new capital, USDH, into the system. So it is now the leading stablecoin on Stacks, USDH. Automated DCA purchasing on BitFlow is now live. You can now DCA runes, stacks, SIP10 tokens, SIP10 meme tokens, and even SBTC on BitFlow with their BitFlow keepers. A new token, IDO on Alex, Rune Mine. The ticker is Mine. Token IDO launching on Alex February 3rd, creating infrastructure for meme coins. Very interesting. Velar perp DEX, perp trading coming soon. We just need consistent fast blocks, and it seems pretty consistent right now. But the time frame we're looking at is late January, which here we are, to early February. So only a couple weeks left until we have perp trading on Stacks with Velar. Very cool stuff happening there. Return to ape. Also, don't miss the guide to launching self-deployed liquidity pools on Velar. Zest is now offering a 7.29% yield on SBTC, and their highest yield today is 26.43% on AUSD from Arcadico. And today's rates at StackingDAO, I think AUSD is Arcadico. Today's rates on StackingDAO, 8.37% on liquid stake stacks, stacked stacks, STX, or receive your yield in native BTC at 8.04%. Soon to be able to receive that yield in SBTC. Very cool. We will be talking with Leeor in a little while. He'll be joining us around 9 o'clock, so in just about 20 minutes at the top of the hour to talk a little bit more about what's going on with StackingDAO. And the top three performers on Velar for the past 24 hours are Normie, Sonic, and Mick. Stackmouse, I think, is the token there. So some interesting meme tokens getting some interest on Stacks. Friendly reminder, when you stack your STX, you earn yield in Bitcoin. There's not a better deal in the space. Just for holding Stacks, securing the network, you get to speculate on price appreciation for Stacks, not financial advice, and earn yield in Bitcoin while you're securing the network. Tell your friends, and hashtag return to ape. If you don't know what that's about, check it out. Search it up on X. You might figure it out. If you could hold just only one altcoin for the next 10 years, which would it be? Let us know in the comments. Actually, I just want to shout out. Good morning, Reece. Good morning, Good Kitty. How are you today? Good Kitty show later at noon today. I'll mention that again in the calendar. Calendar for the day. And I actually got to get the... I forgot to do... let's see. Stacks calendar for the day. As always, we have our Good Morning show every Monday through Friday at 8:30. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you do love the show, by the way, you find the value in the information we're bringing to you on a daily basis, share it out, follow us, give us some love, show us some love, and help us get that spread out to the community. Bitcoin Pepe community space is at 11 a.m. every Thursday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Such a great group. Actually, if you can't see it, This is a sticker that Nobody Famous sent to me as part of a huge care package. I got all sorts of swag. I got stickers and buttons. I didn't put my button on today. I got all this stuff. I have it hanging out on my desk. I got some cool socks that I gotta start representing here and show you guys soon. Bitcoin Pepe is a great community, huge value add to the Stacks ecosystem. Check them out at 11. Also at 11 o'clock is the Hermetica show. Hermetica has a weekly show on Space as well, so that's at 11 a.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to have to be rocking two devices so I can participate in both, because I love both of those communities. And at 10 a.m. today, for the DeOrganized piece of the calendar, we have Find to Earn with Zenitron. If you like earning stacks, come join us at 10 a.m. We're going to do a live Find to Earn. We have all our friends come out and join us, and it's really fun. Come join us at 10 a.m. today for Find to Earn. And then at noon, Good Kitty's Bitcoin and Beyond show. She's going to be featuring Dan Trevino from Boom Wallet. I'm super excited about that as well. I haven't had a chance to chat with Dan in a little while, so I'm super interested to see what he has to say about what's coming for Boom and when maybe that's going to launch. I'm super excited about Boom Wallet. So tune in at noon today for that. And that is our calendar for the day. Solana has become the first chain. I haven't had a chance to verify this information, so if it's accurate or not, let me know in the comments. Solana has become the first chain to reach $200 billion in monthly DEX volume. Trump's 47th presidential victory could reshape real-world asset landscape as Donald Trump secures his position as president-elect. He's not the president-elect. He's the president. Major UAE-US deals are already taking shape in the digital asset space. Interesting stuff. Really interesting stuff. Real-world assets on chain is actually going to be a big thing. I guess we have to figure out which chain is going to be the one that leads that. WazirX gets Singapore court approval to repay victims of the $235 million hack by North Korea's Lazarus Group, with users expected to recover up to 80% of stolen funds. Kathy Wood from ARK Invest won't be buying Trump token. She calls it a useless meme coin. Her bets are BTC, ETH, and Solana. Kathy, take a look at stacks. Coinbase urges appeals court to rule crypto traders aren't securities, calling it a matter of immense importance for the multi-trillion-dollar crypto industry. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says if everyone adopted a 2% or 5% allocation, you could see Bitcoin at $700,000. Now, I have a little bit of the math is a little curious to me, because if it's a 2% adoption and the price goes to $700K, a 5% adoption, mathematically speaking, should put us closer to like $1.5 million valuation. So I don't know if that 700K is for a 5% allocation or a 2% allocation, or how much and who. And if we get a 5% allocation, then there's actually probably more people with more allocation. So it's, there's a lot of dynamics there, but Larry Fink is calling for potentially $700,000 Bitcoin with minimal adoption. OG Bitcoin Maxi Max Kaiser says quote, the world is beginning to understand that Bitcoin is really going to be the world reserve currency. Gradually, then suddenly. It's happening gradually right now. MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor says every state should have a strategic Bitcoin reserve. It's inevitable. So if you are connected to a state legislature in the US, start telling them that they need to do this sooner than later, because if they don't, they're going to fall behind their peers. This is an opportunity for everyone, and the earlier you get in, the better. Not financial advice. Political advice. Crypto whales dominate holdings for Trump and Melania tokens, making up for 94% of the combined token share, according to Chainalysis. I don't feel good about holding long term on those tokens, to be honest. I do think that there's short-term gains to be made, but what are those 94% whales? You think they're going to hold through, or are they going to dump on you? You know, it's always smart to pay attention to what's going on. ETF flows around 2,340 BTC and 21,250 ETH were bought on January 22nd yesterday. BTC ETFs saw $248.3 million in net inflows. ETH ETFs saw 70.7 in net inflows. BlackRock's IBIT bought around 3,297 Bitcoin. That's like 850 more Bitcoin than the total net inflow. So all the other ETFs, less BlackRock, had net outflows on Bitcoin. And BlackRock bought $344 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday, which is, again, about $100 million more than the net inflow. Potter isn't selling. Potter is buying. If you guys have not heard, and I'm not sure if as of this morning, I didn't see the token trading, so I don't know if it's live yet or not. AI BTC Dev, you have to check them out. They just launched a process for starting an AI DAO that is run and managed by AI agents. And all you have to do is post on X at prompt to DAO, telling it the details of the DAO you want to initiate, and it does it for you. It creates the AI agents that'll run your DAO. They're constantly working on new enhancements. This is brand new. So it launches a DAO. The DAO has a token. The token will be listed on fact.fun once it goes live. And you can start token trading. I believe that's going live today. It was supposed to go live yesterday. As of this morning, it didn't appear to be live yet. Super excited about it. If you haven't checked out fact.fun, there are several new tokens currently active in the bonding curve over there now. Get to the sweet yams. Dr. Wappy has his captain, the happy captain token. Froggy's over there. Rafa's got a bunch of stuff. There's a fact.fun. There's Minim, Rent. There's a bunch of tokens over there. So go check out fact.fun. And if you're looking to launch a token on a bonding curve, now you can do it on stacks.city. Love that project too. And or fact.fun. There's a couple of different options on Stacks for launching bonding curve tokens. BNS1 has announced a number of platform enhancements for user interface, listing, marketplace enhancements, and more. Head on over to BNS.1 to check it out now. If you don't know, BNS.BTC names is where you go. If you want a .BTC name, like I am PeaceLoveMusic.BTC, we also have DeOrganized.BTC. I think we have DeOrganized.podcast. There's a couple of others that you can get really interesting. .stx. The fresh sock token is actually, I think it's drysog.stx, or it might be fresh.stx. I can't remember which one I registered, but get over to BNS1 if you're interested. If you don't have a .BTC name, get over and get yourself one. Have you checked out Zero Authority bounties lately? There are currently a couple of bounties active right now. Head over to zeroauthority.xyz to go to bounties, follow the directions to participate, and possibly earn some STX or SBTC. Gary Reiger's Gated.so is an alpha test. Gated is going to be a platform for artists and creators to launch their digital assets and control access to the content they create. Go set up your account over there now at Gated.so. It only costs 1 stacks to set up your account and have your own platform. You can use that to keep track of the assets you've accumulated on the platform and also manage your own launches. Reece, who will be joining us soon on the panel this morning, actually is launching the second project on there. His Machines work will be launching, I believe, this Saturday. I read it was the 25th, and in my head I had assigned that as being Friday. but I believe it is Saturday. So check that out. We'll talk more with Reece about that later. And I love what Gary's doing on Gated. Find to earn at 10. We already talked about that. It was really fun last week. We had a bunch of engagement. A bunch of people had fun. People won a lot of stacks. I think it was 50 stacks we gave away last week across all the games. So tune in at 10 a.m. Today, Eastern time, and hang out with us with the Game Master Zenitron. Are you looking to get started as a developer with Stacks? Head over to www.stacks.co. Click on Get Started. It'll bring you to let you know how to access developer tools, learn the basics, build a full app, and even ways to get paid to build. Check them out. And also, if you're interested in becoming a tester, we're testing some stuff for Crypto Cash right now. And Derupt is the social, a decentralized social platform that they're building out. And Crypto Cash is a component of that. We've actually done some testing for Gary's Gated. We did some testing for DeOrganized. We've done testing for Bitflow, Boom Wallet, Skullcoin. If you're interested in checking stuff out, testing it out, trying it out, DM me at PeaceLoveMusic G. G is for 1 sharp, F sharp and G, key of G, if you didn't know. That's because I am 1 sharp dude. Stack Sip and Innovation Call is every Friday. Tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. There's going to actually be some really interesting innovations with Mike Jagdeo, who should also be joining us this morning, I believe. We'll be looking at him. He's got some interesting stuff he's presenting over there. So tune in tomorrow to learn what's going on with Stacks improvements. And also, if you have any input that you want to put into that, it's an open mic session. Come on up and chat with us. That is the news for the day. And I'm going to bring on my guest. So right now it's just Reece. I'm not sure. Mike should be joining us soon. Reece, what's up, my brother? How are you today? And we got Leeor on in a few
I'm good,
minutes.
man. I am I'm rocking my stint, and I'm in good spirits. How are you doing?
I can't complain, man. I'm here chatting with you. As Michael likes to say, right side of the bar is right side of the ground. So I can't complain. I'm feeling good. I think, I'm not worried about a little corrective price action. That doesn't get me down because I wasn't looking at selling my stuff today anyway. I got all these great shows with all our friends from our community. Things are getting hot in the chats, and like hot as far as like active. I mean, not like hot like testy, but I'm happy I'm loving life. I'm building this project. I get to talk to people like you every day and talk to our audience and talk to our community. And I just love it. Good morning, Kitty. I can't wait for her show later today. I love that edition because she's been bringing some great guests. So man, how are you doing?
Have you seen she's also going to bring out a new show on Tuesday? Really excited for that as well.
Yes, I saw it posted on this past Tuesday, and then she talked about it with us. She comes on Wednesday mornings. She's our regular Wednesday morning co-host now with us too. So she's well cemented as part of the DeOrganized crew. And then and I love the new format, the idea of doing more. It's kind of how we started too. We started doing spaces and just bringing on people from the community and getting to know them and giving them a conduit for that. Now there's so many people getting into that. And I think Kitty's a great person for that because she's so organized and detail oriented that she asks great questions. She's very engaged and she's been in the community for a long time. So she knows a lot of the history and how everything connects. So I think it's great.
Yeah, no, but I need to take a note and just also say how much DeOrganized has grown in the past 6 months, right? Like, I remember it was basically like one show, and then it just grew and chain reaction and more people coming on and talking and sharing alpha, sharing stories, vibing. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you, man. It's really been a super ride, and I couldn't have done it without this community. You know, the strongest asset. I love a lot of things about Stacks, and I'm not a chain maxi. It's I love you too, Kitty. I'm not a chain max. I'm chain agnostic. You know, I don't think everything has to be on Stacks or only ever on Stacks. Doesn't even have to be on Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. I love Stacks partly because Bitcoin, but I think the true value in Stacks is it sprang forth out of the Bitcoin ethos. So there's that paradigm is part of how what's been built into Stacks, and the people building on Stacks are aligned with those values. And so the community has this just great collaborative and interconnected supportive network. You know, like we had Zest came on yesterday, and it was beneficial to them because we're helping them reach the audience, but it also is beneficial to us to get these real players with real projects that are really doing stuff on our network as well. And we've had a tremendous amount of support from our community, and there's no way we could have done this if this was just me with a YouTube channel. I'd be talking to like 3 people right now. You know, it's started with BitcoinLive giving us access to their restream account and letting us use it to broadcast across multiple streams, and then combined with the D grants, opportunity to get some support from the community. With it, people know this generally, but we submitted a grant request from D grants, but we asked for no money. We just asked for support from the community, and boy, did we get it!
Yeah,
so,
and you did.
Yeah, man, and it's just great. And I know things were so during the D grants process, things were just so busy. There were so many conversations and so much activity. I think it kind of wore a lot of us out too. There was less of it for a while. And so real quick, actually, I got Leeor waiting. I see Leeor just came on, so I got him in the back. I'm going to bring him on in a second, but real quick, I want you to tell us about your Machines launch. It's on Saturday?
Yeah, it's on the 25th on Saturday. And also just making sure about the time, but for now it's going to be 10 a.m. ET that it's going to go live. And yeah, it's surprisingly so much different than my other work that I've minted on Stacks. Like all the work that I usually do around the black and white works, right? Those are all of these deep philosophical explorations. Now, Machines, on the other hand, is literally just a light, casual, meme collection that I wanted to have on Gated. And I'm super honored to Gary that... Have I ever told you how that actually happened?
No.
So just real quick, I posted a Pepe that was in the style of Machines with the lines, the laser bits shooting around. And he's like, dude, this is awesome. Like, can we do a collection out of this? And I'm like, let me think. And like, that's when I started working on it. And I made up these 12 different mini artworks and had a bunch of fun creating them. And now it's going to be the second collection to launch on Gated. And this is how we build, right? This is one at a time, one step at a time. Eventually Gated is going to be a juggernaut because Gary is building it and Gary's the juggernaut. So yeah, the word machine, the acronym actually, is it acronym or abbreviation?
Acronym.
All right. Stands for Moving Order Chaos High Intensity Neural Engine Sequence, right? And it's basically just like an explanation of how these pieces were made, with like still balancing order and chaos, but just with a more casual spin, right? It's not this deep message. It's just memes that I like, that I wanted to make artworks of.
Awesome. So we'll talk more about that, but I want to bring Leeor on Super excited. Haven't actually gotten him a chance on the show yet. Leeor from StackingDAO. How are you today, sir?
What's up, man? How's it going? It's actually my first call of the day, so still working on my morning coffee. So
Oh, me too, man. I never get through. I will be rocking this until about noon myself.
So I got this mug during a Korea blockchain week. So I got it. I am a kind of a fanatic to collect these Starbucks mugs. It's like the Been There series. Actually, my girlfriend got me into it. But yeah, it's just a bit of a fun fact, I guess.
So there's Starbucks is in Korea. I wasn't even aware.
Oh yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, they have to be, right? I mean, there's huge stuff. So, man, it's great finally meeting you or kind of in person, as personal as we get nowadays in a lot of respects. But awesome to have you on. Thank you so much for coming on our show. And I love what's going on with StackingDAO. I think it's a tremendous value add project to the Stacks ecosystem. Love to hear more. So you guys have a launch coming today or something?
Yeah. Today is actually quite a big day for us at StackingDAO. And yeah, thanks for having me. I know we've kind of been on spaces together and I've definitely seen you and all the work you've done across the Stacks ecosystem. So, it's been great, and hopefully I can come back on the show in the future as well. But yeah, let's see where to start. So we just launched our second liquid staking token as of about 20 minutes ago. So just to take a step back, so at StackingDAO, we initially launched in December of 2023, and our main value prop was to make make staking as easy and simple as possible. And if you think about DeFi ecosystems, across crypto, in Ethereum and Solana, across all these other ecosystems, one of the core kind of primitives that enable DeFi to flourish is liquid staking. Because prior to liquid staking being in place, you have to lock up your tokens if you want to earn the consensus rewards, or you can, participate in different DeFi opportunities, but you couldn't really do both. So now with liquid staking and, our first product that we launched in December of 2023, was STSTX. So, that's a pretty straightforward vanilla liquid staking token where you would deposit stacks and mint STSTX. And just by holding that token, you automatically accrue the consensus rewards, which has averaged around 9 to 10% APY. And something that's interesting about that token is that you would actually earn the rewards in Stacks tokens. So you would auto compound your Stacks position with additional Stacks tokens. So something that we like to say is that if you're bullish Stacks, actually holding STSTX is the best way to express a bullish position on Stacks, because you get those auto compounded rewards paid in additional Stacks tokens. So that first LST that we launched again in December of 2023 proved to be quite successful. It reached a TVL of about $150 million in terms of its all-time high. Obviously, the TVL kind of fluctuates depending on the price of Stacks. Today, it's sitting around 80 million in TVL. But we always got the question, you're offering Stacks rewards, when Bitcoin rewards. So as of today, officially, we're very excited to announce the launch of our second liquid staking token, which is STSTX BTC. So it works pretty similar to the first LST in the sense that you deposit Stacks onto our platform and you mint STSTX BTC, but instead of earning the Stacks rewards from the consensus rewards, you actually earn SBTC instead, while also retaining liquidity. So you still have that STSTX BTC LST that you could deploy across Stacks DeFi, similar to our initial liquid staking token STSTX. So, in our mind, you kind of get the best of both worlds, where you're earning Bitcoin rewards in the form of SBTC, while also retaining liquidity and able to, participate in all these different Stacks DeFi opportunities that exist today and will also, grow and develop into the future.
Awesome, man. And I've been doing the updates. I've been incorporating the DeFi numbers into our morning updates. And so for the week, I've noticed, the SBTC tab on there to show people what I'm talking about. I'm actually going to share my screen real quick. Where are we? I'm a little slow with our processes here still. So we have on StackingDAO, you have, the regular original product. And now this here is, I see this is live. This was not live. It said coming soon as of this morning when I was checking the numbers. So you actually have, so this actually went live while we were doing the show.
Absolutely.
Super cool. So, and I know this, I've heard that this has been coming probably about 2 weeks ago. I'm super excited about it. Cause I mean, don't get me wrong. I think the liquids, the stacked stacks or the STSTX is an awesome product, but who doesn't want to earn yield in SBTC, right? That's a game changer, man. I'm going to have to figure out, I'm going to have to do some reallocations of some of my funds.
Yeah, and a couple more points about the new LST. So I don't know if your audience is aware, but if you hold SBTC, you also earn a 5% yield just for holding SBTC. So if you hold our liquid staking token STSTX BTC and you earn those SBTC rewards, and we actually stream them out directly to your wallet every 2 weeks. So you'll see SBTC start to accrue in your wallet if you hold STSTX BTC. But if you continue to, sorry, go ahead.
You automatically get the SBTC dropped as SBTC.
Yes, it's kind of like an airdrop. So it's just every 2 weeks, those rewards are streamed directly to your wallet.
Awesome.
What I want to say as well is that
it's actually like stack.
Yeah, it's great. And but if you continue to hold onto the SBTC, you also are eligible for the additional 5% incentive that is, I guess, applies to all SBTC holders. So you also get access to that additional incentive as well.
So cool, man. So I realize that this might be a little bit of a complicated question, but how does StackingDAO derive the yields that they're paying on the liquid stake tokens?
Sure. So it's just through the proof of transfer consensus rewards. So, not to get too deep into that, I'm sure your audience is already quite aware of how that works. But we've actually onboarded about a dozen kind of large enterprise grade validators or signers to be a part of our network. So it's a bit of a kind of permissioned whitelist pool. And these are actually a lot of the same signers that also support SBTC as well. So, there's some of the largest validators out there, folks like Blockdaemon, Kiln, Luganodes, Chorus One. And a funny thing as well is that, StackingDAO was actually part of the work that we did to onboard these players. It's part of the reason that they're also part of the SBTC and supporting that network as well. So, definitely something that we've kind of helped to help secure even the Stacks network itself, a bit of the work that we've done on our end to make sure that we can help the network flourish.
Very cool, man. It's innovating tons of stuff. I know you guys are related to Zest, and I know Gnome is actually works for both projects. He was actually on with us yesterday, and I think between the two projects, you guys add, without StackingDAO and Zest, there would be a huge hole in the DeFi ecosystem in Stack. So I think what you guys are doing provides a lot of the infrastructure needed to help us expand past being. It's going to help the chain mature more. We're here at a great time. I think it's an awesome time to be here. And I think that what you guys are producing is really like next level stuff. It's innovative and it's needed in the space. So super excited to see what you guys do.
Yeah, and just if you look at other DeFi ecosystems, to your point about just kind of the whole DeFi ecosystem on Stacks starting to flourish and starting to grow. The core primitives that you see in other ecosystems. So liquid staking is kind of the foundational primitive, and obviously we provide that through StackingDAO. You have lending markets, on Ethereum, Aave, and Compound, and now we have Zest protocol, which basically offers that same functionality on Stacks. There's DEX AMMs, mainly Bitflow and Velar. You have crypto-backed stablecoins through Arcadico and Hermetica. So, I'm very excited to see just how the whole DeFi ecosystem is coming together on Stacks. And I think that obviously with the Nakamoto upgrade and SBTC just being two of the large updates that happened towards the back half of last year, I think most of the innovation is still yet to come. And clearly, like just not having fast blocks for the majority of Stacks life cycle kind of constrained us, and I think held a lot of the builders back to really kind of explore the full design space of what's possible building, I guess, on Bitcoin or kind of leveraging Bitcoin. And another kind of fun stat that I like to point to as well, if you look at the amount of STSTX that's deployed across Stacks DeFi, it's actually quite high. I mean, last I saw, I think it's around 47%. So about half of all STSTX is deployed in Stacks DeFi in some capacity or another. Again, maybe you're laying it out on Zest, maybe you're borrowing against it on Zest, maybe you're deploying it on an LP pool on Bitflow or Velar, maybe you minted a vault with using STSTX collateral on Arcadico, but about half of all STSTX is being deployed in some fashion.
Nuts. So let me ask you, are you guys noticing? I haven't noticed a whole lot of blocks that aren't fast blocks lately. But you guys might see it more than I do because I'm not transacting the same and I'm not building something with my understanding is, so one of the things we need is more liquidity in the space. And I think one of the things that will help bring liquidity is the inevitable perp DEX on Velar, which should be launching soon. And it needs consistent fast blocks. And what I'm hearing through hearsay mostly is that we have like a week to 2 weeks or so, a couple weeks before that's a thing, consistent 20-second or less blocks. What are you seeing in the space for that?
Yeah, in my experience, I think fast blocks are definitely here, and just in my own kind of tinkering and playing around with the network and doing various things on Stacks, the fast blocks are here. I rarely experience a block that's over 10 seconds. And I know that the core team that's been working on the chain, they've been really making strides to deliver that. More, I think just several weeks ago, obviously after Nakamoto was first deployed, there were still optimizations and updates that needed to be delivered to make sure that the fast blocks were more of a consistent experience. And one of them was the 10-year extend. I'm not that technical myself, so don't want to kind of get ahead of myself or kind of speak out of turn. But yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, it seems like they were able to ship that quite quickly and expeditiously, and it had the intended effect of making sure that you had fast blocks more consistently, especially when interacting with various DeFi applications. Because I think that was also the big thing where a lot of these DeFi transactions, they require more data, and that could slow things down as opposed to just sending a simple Stacks transaction. But from what I've seen with these optimizations that have already been activated, it seems that doing anything in Stacks DeFi is quite fast. And I believe that there are still further optimizations to come. So it's not really at its end state quite yet, but we're getting there.
Cool. That's kind of what I've been seeing and hearing too. I mean, it's people thought that it was going to be, we rolled out Nakamoto and then suddenly everything was just going to. It was like this magic wand event and everything was going to be beautiful and great. And, it's a complicated technology. There's a lot. It's hard to pin down a date when you're not sure when things are going to actually work and what's going to come up in the process. But I think that they've killed it as far as getting it launched and innovating it and tuning it out. It seems to really be heading the right way. And I can't wait for the, for all of the projects that can now iterate off of it, like SBTC and now STSTX BTC, SBTC. Wait, it's STSTX SBTC. Is that what it is?
STSTX BTC. I know it's a bit confusing. If you have any other suggestions, I'm all ears.
Oh, don't. Well, I'll DM you because I'll come up with a million options and maybe 1 out of 10 will be good. But that's a tough one I appreciate it, but we don't
I
want
think a big thing that we're waiting for as well in Stacks DeFi and just across the ecosystem is obviously SBTC is here, but it's being capped. So there's only a maximum of 1,000 Bitcoin that could be deposited to mint SBTC. And to my knowledge, that's going to be lifted, or at least, it's going to be increased. I'm not exactly sure how much, but at some point in February, we're going to see the ability to mint.
February. Yeah, early February is what I was told. For the next for opening up the cap and the next wave, and then late February is when they're looking at opening up peg out, like being able to convert it back to BTC. Just think about how early we are. All of this stuff is still just maturing. We're still kind of but I think so. Do you guys have any? I realize we're just launching the SBTC product, but do you guys have anything else planned down the line for the year? New products?
I guess we're just gonna have to stay tuned and
we'll have to organize. Tell us about it.
But I mean, we definitely have a pretty vibrant roadmap that we have internally. So I mean, the shipping doesn't stop. We were able to get this new liquid staking token out the door quite quickly, and also able to get an audit completed. So everything's squeaky clean, and I'm very happy with how the rollout has been, and so just excited to get in people's hands and just get people playing around with it.
Super cool, Reece.
Well, I have already played around with it. I was on my phone a little bit earlier. I was like, let me do this real quick. So I got my stacks into
STSTX BTC.
That one, I got it into that.
You might be user number one.
And I doubt. I'm sure people were lining up for that actually. But I'm actually going to be earning SBTC rewards after each epoch.
Yep. Another thing as well that I want to mention, as opposed to if you do native staking, like through a staking pool, you actually earn immediate yield by minting one of our liquid staking tokens, whether that's STSTX or STSTX BTC. So if you're switching over from another, let's say, native staking pool, you don't have to wait that 2-week cooldown period. As soon as you mint our liquid staking token, you start earning yield immediately. So I think that's another great feature about the LST as well. As opposed to, if you contribute to a pool for native stacking, you have to wait until the end of the current epoch ends before you actually start earning yield. That's just kind of like a bit of a quirk with the structure of our LST versus native staking.
That's a great point. I never thought about that. But yeah, you're earning an extra 2 weeks worth of potentially up to 2 weeks worth of yield going with a StackingDAO versus a stacking pool. Yep. Which is it's basically a stacking pool, or a type of stacking pool with just broader functionality, and it's a liquid stacking because you actually retain the asset.
Yep, exactly. 100%.
Super cool. So Reece is number one. I'm gonna have to. It can't be number one. Dang.
That is the love of decentralization. You get stuff like this happening, and Peace, you said a little bit earlier. No, actually, Leeor, you said this about how relatively quickly you guys shipped this. Like SBTC launched just the other day, and we have already something like this happening. It's pretty damn exciting. Yeah, well done on that.
Yeah, thanks so much. I mean, I wish I could take the credit, but I'm not the devs actually putting in the hard hours making this happen. But I'll still take the credit. Why not?
You're a representative of StackingDAO here. So
you're the face. You have to take the credit because the devs don't talk to nobody.
Well, we'll have to get Philip on here sometime, and I'm sure he'd love to talk about it.
Anytime. Yeah, and I can ask a bunch of questions where the answers will be way over my head, but it'll give me more questions, so it'll be.
But the
be
audience
good.
listening, they will understand. You know, some of them, they will understand
Some of
what's
them,
going on.
Right. I might understand some of that. I do want to give a shout out. I didn't mention GPSC, who joins us every day now. He's sick, so he couldn't join us today. And then I also want to admonish Blockface, because I don't know where he is. He's supposed to be here. I hope he's not sick too. We had a couple of other people that were supposed to join us and ask some intelligent questions, because I'm not always the best at that. And they didn't come. So thank God Reece came and helped.
I'm just vibing.
That's what the show's about.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions about StackingDAO, STSTX, BTC, or anything else?
Well, I just want to point out there's a link right here on the QR code if you guys are interested, and it's a little hard for you to type out StackingDAO.com. That'll bring you right into the app. If you scan the QR code, you head over to StackingDAO. Buy some stacks if you don't have them and start earning 8.3, just under 8 or 8.37 APY on STX, or you can earn that yield in SBTC, and that's at 7.87%, just launched now. So you guys can definitely head over to StackingDAO and put some of your funds in there and start making a little bit of money off of your assets. That's what this is about.
And just to clarify, those yields will definitely change. So the numbers that we have posted there is an average of the last 2 cycles. So it's been as high as close to like 11, 12% at times. But just that's the average of the last 2 cycles.
So how often do those update? Every 2 weeks?
Every cycle, yeah, every 2 weeks. Correct.
Cool. Very, very great stuff. Anything else we should know about? You guys, you got anything else coming on that people should tune into today?
Yeah, we
got any shows or anything
right
else
now that I need to jump onto, where the full StackingDAO team is there. So we're hosting that. Yeah, we're hosting that on Twitter. It's kind of like an AMA session. So definitely some of the the bigger brain alpha folks that are part of the team are on that space. And if you have more technical questions, feel free to hop on there and ask away. But yeah, thanks again for having me. It's been such a pleasure, and hope to be back soon as well. Yeah, I guess it's StackingDAO. The shipping doesn't stop. Doesn't matter what the market does, but please play around with STSTX BTC. Follow my account, follow the StackingDAO Twitter account for the latest updates, and yeah, happy stacking.
Awesome. Thank you, Leeor, so much. Guys, if you are interested get over into that space on X. It's hosted by the StackingDAO account.
I believe it's the StackingDAO and also the Stacks main account as well as co-hosting.
Oh, and Stacks. So go check them out, join their space, and ask lots of questions. And go over to StackingDAO and start stacking your stacks and earning yield. And just leverage your earning potential. That's what StackingDAO allows you to do. Leeor, thank you so much for joining today. You can drop out at any time. I want to give Reece a little bit of a chance to talk a little bit more about machines before we wrap.
All right, thanks guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Leeor. Take care. We'll have you on again soon, whenever you want. You're always welcome. So I know we got a little bit of rushed when we were talking about machines, and I want to give you your flowers, because I love everything. I love your artwork, man. I love your vibe. I love where you come out with things. Ordered chaos and the difference, but the balance in the universe and all of that stuff that speaks to me. So I want to give everyone a chance to reiterate.
Thanks. I try to the microcosm as well, as which in itself is a dichotomy, while I'm trying to explore these concepts of chaos and order. It's not just words to me, it's such pertinent personal things for me, especially with dealing with these with my art. And I've already started working on my next piece that's going to go to Gamma. So I have been grinding. Actually, let me give you some some updates on what I've actually been doing. So as everyone knows by now, because I don't shut up about it, I'm building BlockWeb, but I've also been working with the Bob crew, and there might come something from that. I've got this Moshins collection coming on, and on top of all of that, I also made time to work on a one of one on in the stripped collection. So showing all of these, because most of these things keep it to myself for now, drip a little out here and there, but mainly it's like we gotta keep the momentum going. So it's like little by little showing everyone what's going on. Coming out is Moshins, and there's only going to be 12, which is super limited supply. Like if you look at the bids on the previous one of ones that I've had, there will never be an opportunity like this again where you'll be able to own Reese's pieces for 20 stacks. So yeah, only going to be 12. I have a feeling they're going to sell quickly. But yeah.
Oh yeah, 12. There's only 20 STX to own one of 12.
Yeah, I know.
Are they
crazy,
are they
right?
are they all individuals, or they're all prints? They're all the same. It's 12 of the same.
Uniques. No, 12 different ones.
That's awesome, man. I'm definitely gonna get at least one if I. It's an auction? Is it an auction? I've had bad luck with those.
First come, first serve, dude. So it's literally like gated. It's gonna be filled, and then it's gonna be like boom. Well, that's my feeling. And I'll choose to be optimistic.
Yeah, well, so it's ungated, and I'm not sure how. So how do people find it? Are we gonna drop?
That's part of the surprise.
So are you having a space, and you're gonna drop it during a space, or how is it?
Yeah, I think it's best if I do a space to keep the continuity going, because it's a lot of fun doing so, but also just to have like a very big public proclamation that, okay, it's live now, right? So there's probably going to be a space here, and the design and everything about that's going to be a surprise as you go into the site itself. But yeah, it's like a page that I'm gonna own on Gated, and what's the other thing that I wanted to say? Oh yeah, and the link will be shared on X, obviously.
Super excited about it, man.
Yeah.
So likely around 10 a.m. Eastern time Saturday, and
yeah, that is the time planned for now. But if anything changes, I will let everyone know.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining today. I'm gonna wrap. We got about less than 30 minutes till the 10 o'clock find to earn. You're gonna join. Are you gonna join us and play?
Yeah,
awesome.
I'll be there.
We'll see you then.
I'll suck, but I'll suck publicly and with dignity.
Well, I'm not very good at that game, so don't feel bad. It's hard for me. But we will definitely we look forward to seeing you, man. I'll see you in a little bit. Looking forward to Saturday. Always a pleasure. Great to see you again. It's been too long, so we got to make this more regular. We got to get you on here chatting.
And we will.
You're a tremendous. You got a great smile, so you're always bringing that positive energy at us, and you put out the good work. So man, we need to get more Reece on DeOrganized. I'll just say it. I was gonna say into the ecosystem, but I'm being selfish. I want to hear.
I'll be streaming.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining today, brother. I love you. You have a great day. I'll see you in about half an hour. I'll drop you the link in a little bit, and we'll win some stacks and take it from the community. I am PeaceLoveMusic. We are DeOrganized Media, coming at you live on BitcoinLive Decentralized Broadcasting. Thank you all for tuning in today. Join us for Find to Earn in a little while. Maybe you can win some STX. Y'all have a blessed day. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in.